Hi guys, I'm just at a distressed property of a new client. It's something that I specialise in. So essentially, the client has recently renovated a property, a HMO, and given it to a letting agent, a management agent, which he thought was good, but it turns out to be absolutely awful, and it's left him in a bit of a stressful situation. This is also a video to show what could go wrong if you choose the wrong management agency, and it's a real threat. It's a real issue, and you just need to be aware of it. I'm here to basically do a review, see what needs doing, and make some suggestions on what can be done to the property to turn it around. Saving the client as much money as possible, but getting it up to scratch, to a good standard, so the tenants are happy and they've got a really good, they're getting a really good service. And another thing I want to discuss as well. So the reason the client, I think, asked me to do this was because I noticed on Facebook, he posted something up asking if there are any agents in the area. He's not from the area himself. He seemed quite distressed. I immediately replied and said, yes, that's an area I cover. What can I do to help? We connected. I told him what I do. The trick is to try not to sell anything to anybody. If you want to sell anything to anybody, just be genuinely helpful and expect nothing in return. I quickly found out what the situation was, and I just really wanted to help him. I just offered him free advice. So I quickly formulated a plan. I said, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. Essentially, I can give you the contact details of the people that would be able to do it for you as well. Because as a landlord myself, you do not want to be in the situation that the gentleman's in. I was also very prompt at replying, and I'm just really very sincere about things, very straightforward, very sincere about things. And I think, I'm hoping, I assume that's what won him over. But anyway, so he's asked me to pop around to the property. His nephew's let me in to see what I think needs doing to the property, and then just basically turn the whole thing around. Alright, let me walk you through the property itself. I'm actually here now. So this is the hallway. I mean, the property itself is actually kept in relatively good condition. When we were sent the video, it looked absolutely awful. And to be fair, some work has been done to it, but that's mostly because of the landlord's nephew, who spotted some issues and reported it straight away. Now, looking around, I think this seems to me like it's a management issue. Just looking at the telltale signs and talking to the tenants, it seems like the management has been extremely unresponsive. I don't think they've even been to the property, judging from the state of it. They've not done any repairs. They've not provided a cleaner, even though they said a cleaner would be provided, and that's really important. There are certain compliance issues around, which is a telltale sign. Originally, when I saw the video, I thought this would be a tenant issue, because there are certain signs in properties as well that you can see that that will show that's a tenant issue, but I'll explain to that in a minute. Anyway, so this is the kitchen. It actually looks okay on camera. But effectively, that's a bit of a mess. That's broken and dangerous. These, sorry, the other purpose of this video as well is so that I can send it to our tradespeople and ask them to do the relevant work. So they'll be watching this and they'll understand what needs doing. So this will need to be changed and removed into either a thumb turn lock or just remove and then turn this into a thumb turn. I mean, it's not actually the exit, it's just to separate the space. If you can see, there's something missing. It is bins. There are no recycling bins or no rubbish bins in this kitchen. So we're going to get two 50-litre bins, one for recycling, one for regular rubbish. That's really important. Just trying to figure out where to put them. Most likely it'll be underneath there or out there. What I'm going to suggest is we get a deep clean. We get our cleaner in, do a deep clean throughout the property. So the plan of action is to get a deep clean throughout the property first, then go through it with a tradesperson, with a handyman, and see what it needs doing. I've already half gone through it with them anyway, but essentially get a deep clean is deep clean done, walk around, and then whatever's left will need to be repaired. Okay, so and the things that need to be repaired, for example, would be if we can get that cleaned properly, then great, we can use it. If not, then that might have to be replaced. Everything needs to be cleaned down. I've asked them to walk around with a paintbrush and some paint and start painting, touching up these areas where the paint had flaked off or come off. Basically just get it up to, you know, a good standard. You probably can't see it there. Right, light bulb has gone in there, and light bulb in there has been taken. It's fairly standard, but a good agency would spot these things and get them resolved, because nobody likes to walk around in the dark. That needs to be turned into a thumb turn as well, a thumb turn lock as well, to make it compliant. These things will need to be kept out of the way, and that as well. I think that's one of the tenants. So these will need to be removed so that they're not a trip hazard. I think one of the tenants here is maybe a builder or gardener. So what I'm going to suggest is that we get him a shed for outside and ask him to put everything in there. That way the rest of the house is kept tidy. Bathroom, downstairs shower room. Again, deep clean. Over there, I mean, there are signs of mold. I think they've not used the right paint. But all that will need to be scraped off, removed, and resealed. That is broken. That will need to be removed. That's the sink thing's also missing. It's over there. So we need to make sure that there's nothing clogging it, and if it is, resolve it. If not, put it back and get it fixed. Toilet, yeah, it's a bit manky. That's actually poo, which hasn't been flushed, which, you know, is kind of worries me a bit about the existing tenants. I'm not keen on taking on properties with existing tenants, just because I don't know what they're like. And I'm, because I've seen, you know, people find tenants for landlords and do a very, very bad job of it. But I've took the opportunity to speak to an existing tenant here, and he seemed fine, and he reassured me that all the existing tenants are actually pretty decent people. It's actually the management that's the problem. So, you know, that's a good sign at least. This garden, that was a forest yesterday. Again, the landlord's nephew came around and sorted that out. So what we're going to do is put a shed over there for one of the tenants as well. window's broken, so that would need to be changed, and I'm pretty sure the lock inside needs to be changed as well to a thermoturn. Okay. I think it's just a good tidy up around here. We need to get the cleaner in once a week as well, because that will resolve 99% of the issues. Up here, no light, so that will need to be changed. Bathroom seems fine. I'm assuming this is the one most people use, and apparently that's just been changed, so that's going to be cleaned down. I think that's it really. So just talking to the tenants, it does seem like it's an issue with the current management agency. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Going forward, I would then want to put a cleaner in, ask them to do a weekly clean. What happens then is that if a tenant misses something, for example, if they didn't do something one day, then that would be, the cleaner can catch that. All right, hopefully that's been helpful. All right, talk to you soon.